He is not the guy you would want to show up if you called police.
APD says it caught a now former employee bungling case after case, failing to turn in police reports, leaving evidence lying around, or worse, throwing it away. On special assignment, News 13's Lizzie Mitri exposes the case killer.
It was at the height of Albuquerque's crime problem.
I was just robbed and run over by a car. They were robbing my car.
Thieves running wild, claiming victim after victim.
Ultimately, it's been a nightmare.
People are tired of this.
But one of the guys the Albuquerque Police Department trusted with a crucial role in investigating a lot of those kinds of crimes from 2015 through 2016 screwed up again and again, according to a series of internal affairs investigations.
I was disgusted. It's totally unacceptable what he did.
While he wasn't in charge at the time, current Scientific Evidence Division Commander Christopher George knows all about the APD investigations that found crime scene specialist Thomas Gorham didn't tag evidence in countless cases and then lied about it.
The victims of those crimes, they didn't get the justice that they deserved.
And most of them have no idea. This all happened a couple years ago, but as we uncover the details now and track down victims in cases Gorham's accused of mishandling, those victims tell us this is the first they're hearing about it.
For a closer look at what Gorham was supposed to be doing and where things went wrong, we stepped inside APD's crime lab.
So there's actually over 1 million pieces of evidence within this facility.
He says crime scene specialists collecting the evidence are civilian employees, not officers. The rows and rows of bins here include one that's full of evidence APD says it found in October 2016. APD says this stuff sat untagged for who knows how long in Gorham's crime scene van. The department found this knife and a used syringe, this knife, 3 bullet fragments, even someone's purse with more stuff inside.
We know what calls he was dispatched to, but the haphazard fashion that he chose to store his evidence, we cannot trace that back to individual case numbers.
So that became the subject of one of Gorham's internal affairs investigations. APD says none of it was labeled or secured right away, which, as crime scene specialist supervisor Carl Ross explains, is against department policy.
No evidence stays in the vans at the end of each day. It all has to stay here or it gets tagged.
Breaking those rules can mean a get-out-of-jail-free card for suspected criminals.
A single case can be destroyed with one break in the chain of custody.
Like here.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat.
Police say Travis Lopez and Jesus Olivas tried to get away in May 2016 when they were caught in a stolen car that was used in a home burglary. APD arrested Olivas, and an overnight SWAT standoff near Zuni in Wyoming ended with Lopez's arrest after they found him hiding in a dryer in a laundry room. Gorham was the crime scene specialist there, and how he handled it sparked his first internal affairs investigation. It found he left a key piece of evidence untagged in his crime scene van for nearly 2 weeks and lied to cover it up before admitting he made a mistake. That mistake ended with Lopez and Olivas' release. Court documents show charges were dropped because prosecutors missed a deadline and were still waiting on evidence. Then police started noticing Gorham's missing police reports.
A subsequent IA investigation was opened.
If you're losing track, that's 3 IA investigations launched in just 4 months. In that time, APD put Gorham on desk duty, documenting crimes people called in. But police say he wasn't actually finishing his reports. And before that, as crime scene specialist, a review of his cases turned up nearly 100 missing police reports in 1 year. Gorham also admitted on 10 to 15 occasions he threw evidence away in the trash. Or when people called about a crime, like when this home was burglarized in 2016, instead of documenting it, records show Gorham lied, claiming the caller didn't want to file a police report.
Well, it's horrible. I mean, of course, it's a terrible thing.
As a member of the Police Oversight Board, Joanne Fine helps provide civilian oversight and community feedback to APD.
I'm grateful that the police department found this, pursued it, and got rid of this employee.
That's right, APD moved to fire Gorham in December of 2016. He beat them to the punch and resigned instead. And now more than 2 years later, crime victims he encountered on the job are learning for the first time they may not have gotten the justice they deserve.
We'd like to apologize to the victims of those crimes. The intent of the Albuquerque Police Department is to give every citizen what they deserve, and that is the utmost respect and the follow through on any scene that we get called to.
On special assignment, Lizzie Mitri, KRQE News 13.
Gorham appears to have moved out of state. We tried to reach him for comment but did not hear back.
An investigation also found Gorham's supervisor, Sergeant Brian Maurer, wasn't properly monitoring Gorham's work to catch the problem sooner. Maurer retired during that investigation.